Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Julie Mann, and I show men and women how they can live healthy, happy, sustainable lives. And today I'm joined by Val Shah. Hi, Val.
Hello, how are you?
We were just having a bit of a laugh because Val said she sat on her glasses, but
Oh,
hopefully they'll be
feel
fine.
like feel like they're crooked. Now I want to look at my glasses.
No, they're fine. So, for those of you that don't know Val, I've just got to tell you that my experience of meeting her was on a 3-day event. So, it was a 3-day Zoom event, which, it's a long, long days. And Val came in to really kind of wake us up, I think, wake us up, get us moving, and to get us engaged in people who were speaking and the stuff that was going on. And I was so blown away by what she did because it was so not anything I'd seen before that I thought, I've got to speak to this woman and you're going to want to know what she does. So thank you very much, Val, for talking today. And I think it'd be really great to start with Val as a small girl. So, if you talk us through, your life as a small girl and what led you really to doing what you do now.
Oh my goodness, so much fun. Well, I grew up on a farm. I was a little farm girl and I played. I played all the time. And those are my memories are just being a kid. And I lucky that I had 100 acres to run around on and just get dirty and to just get in there and help and do all these great things that I realizing now as an adult a lot of kids don't get a chance to do. And it's funny because I was just talking to my daughter this the other day. She's trying to figure out what to do with her life. And I said, I used to want to be an astronaut and then I wanted to be a truck driver. And I wanted to make a difference in people's lives, but I loved the idea of traveling around and meeting people but also having fun doing what I was doing. And so as we get older and went to university and thought I was going to work with young offenders and in the system to help people see that life could be glorious, that you could have fun and we didn't have to resort to crime or those things to, maybe get by. And I wanted to make a difference in people's lives. But as we get older and there's responsibilities and life happens and the stressors start to come on and I did worked in offices. I became a personal trainer. I took my Pilates certification, just searching, always searching for what could I do? How could I be better? How can I make a difference? And then one day, almost 15 years ago, did this thing drumming on a ball. And I was with a friend and we looked at each other and said, kids would love this. So we came home and made up this stuff and went into some schools to try it out, and it took off. It was incredible. And from there, I got to travel around North America. I got to make a difference in people's lives. I was playing and having fun and living my dream. I really was. And then, business, I had to run the business and I made some business mistakes along the way and ended up fighting for my business and then in the end walking away and then decided to start Drom, what I do now, because I think it all links back to when I was a kid and that feeling of playfulness and joy and bringing out that inner child. So what I do now is a reflection of all of that and bringing all of those amazing things together. But in Drom, which is drum and om, the bringing the energy and the calm together, those are the things, the calm, the breathing, the mindfulness, a little bit of meditation, rhythm, music, exercise, all of those things together is what helped to bring me out of really, really dark and tough times. So when I do this, I feel like I come alive, and that's what I want for everyone, even if it's 10 minutes at a conference, right, Julie, where we're just getting people moving and out of their heads for a little bit and have some fun and play. And, you got to experience it in just a short time. But when we can just come out of that, just a place of, I don't know what the place is, but when we're learning and sitting and still for a long period of time, then to have an experience to wake us up and move our bodies, you can feel the creativity start to come, and it just does something to us. So there's a lot I could share and a lot I could say, but um, I just love what I do. I love the feeling that it brings me. And in over the almost 15 years of doing this with all ages and abilities, seeing how it makes other people come alive, I know that it works. I know, and we know through research what exercise does for us, what meditation does for us, what breathing does for us, music. So bringing all of those things together
I love that.
makes me come alive. And so when I can share that passion and bring my energy and my joy, I think
It's a win-win.
it's a win-win. It makes me feel, it feeds my soul. It really, really does, regardless of the length of time I have with people. If I have 5 minutes or if I have a half an hour, but if I can share that joy and that passion, then that is my mission here on earth. I do believe that. I do believe that. So it's funny how things have happened, and now how when I look back, I'm like, yeah, it's that inner child that just needed to come out again, and that's what it allows me to do. So
I love that. And I think that it's so important that as adults we play.
oh, it's
So
so
important.
important.
And
Yeah.
you talked as well about, sitting still. We're not designed to sit still. It's
Oh,
not, it's so stressful, on
as
our body.
humans, absolutely. As humans, we're not designed to sit all day long. We are designed to move and to play. And stress is the number one cause of disease. Stress does so much to us that we don't even realize. And even the way someone breathes, taking a deep breath and sending that breath down into the belly, past those stress receptors, down in and triggering those calm receptors can make such a big difference, even if it's just a little bit of breathing.
Totally. Something so simple, but
Something so simple.
practicing that. And I guess people don't often realize that they're stressed until they are so stressed that they've got to go and seek professional help. They don't
Yeah,
actually realize it kind of creeps up on us. But
absolutely.
it's
It's
so,
just
so
the
important.
autopilot, right? We just get into autopilot, and we don't know how to get out of it sometimes. It's just this cycle. It's like a hamster wheel.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Who wants to be a hamster, right?
I must be a hamster.
No, I said, who wants to be a hamster?
Oh, who wants to be a hamster? No, I don't want to be no hamster.
Well, maybe a hamster wants to be a hamster, but not anyway. So you
No.
touched upon that your first business that actually that didn't quite turn out the way you wanted it to, and that you found yourself in a really dark place. So tell us a little bit more about that. How did you actually find a way through and beyond?
It was coming to calm maybe. And I was someone who was always busy. I had to just keep going. I didn't stop for anything. And I think I was on that hamster wheel. And when I was forced to stop, it was like I hit a brick wall, and it was like a piece of me was torn out. It was my baby that I had created that now I found myself, kind of fighting for. And it forced me to step back and really take a look at what was important to me and who am I and how am I going to get through this and how am I going to find myself again, and coming back to being still, because that is where I have experienced, and I had heard that the answers lie inside of us, and there is power in calm and still, and if you want to call it meditation or mindfulness or whatever you want to call it, but I think that is one of the big things that helped me gain my energy back, gain my confidence, and connecting with who I was. And in that time of trying to figure out what was I going to do with my life now? What was I going to, who was I? And when I started to bring back the drumming and I started to take drumming lessons, like, okay, let's just see what drummer, let me learn some more of this. I loved it, and listening to music and just bringing all of the exercise and meditation and bringing it all together helped. It really helped. And if we get away from a little bit of Drom and all of that, it's connecting with amazing people. It's having the support system. It's having people who believe in you and support you 100%. And I think that helped me to believe in myself. I
So
knew
important, isn't it? Having
it's
that
so,
tribe,
it's
that tribe.
having that tribe. And if it's one person, two people, 10 people, but in the end, it does come down to believing in yourself. And I believe deep down in my heart of hearts that we do hold so much power and that anything is possible. So
Absolutely.
for me, taking that time to decide and figure out what is it I want and who am I, once I figured that out, yep, now I'm going after it and nothing is going to stop me. Nothing is going to get in my way. I dream really, really big, but if mindset is huge and I believe that I can make anything happen and I'm going after it. I'm going after it.
I love that. And sometimes we have to go through the stuff that isn't great. We have to go through the journey, don't we? That metamorphosis. We have to really do it before we can really step into our own power.
It's funny that we have, and maybe it's have to is maybe strong, but it's funny that sometimes that's what it takes to wake us up. To go, whoa, I don't want that. I know what I don't want. And I think the hardest part is coming down to what do I really want? In my heart of hearts, what do I really want? So weeding through all the stuff that we don't want helps for sure. But then finding that golden nugget, and when we get closer and closer, it gets harder, it seems, but in a way more fun.
Yeah. Did you need help with that, Val?
Oh, I did.
Did you actually seek professional help as well?
I did. I did. I have an energy coach that I work with. I had a therapist that I work with for a number of years because I believe that we all hold so much power inside of us and we can do anything. And I am bound and determined to tap into that power. So with any, learning about myself, I call on other people to ask me those questions that might trigger a thought for me, or to connect with people like yourself and just learn and grow from other people helps me, and also to be inspired by other people helps me to keep going. And I think the more we can learn about ourselves, the more we can tap into the true person that we are, and then we can grab onto that power and go.
Yes, love it.
Yeah.
So for those people that have got no idea what you're talking about when it comes to drumming, I don't know if I quite pronounced that right, but can you give us the essence of what it is? Talk us through it.
Okay, so when I talk about drumming, I'm talking about cardio drumming, which I did first years ago, drumming on a fitness ball. So using drumsticks, drumming on a ball, the ball was on a stand, and taking people through exercises. But there's a lot of brain activity that goes on when you're drumming, and even bringing the rhythms in and the beats from music. Drumming itself builds community and connection, and we all have a heartbeat and a rhythm. And when we connect with that, there's just this energy that is created. So Drom is drum and om. So I've brought the energy and the calm together. So I start out by getting people grounded and connecting with their breath and really feeling that. And then we get energized, and I get people, whether it's now in the virtual world, we're drumming on a pillow on our chair with wooden spoons, and I'm getting them, we might come down and do some easy squats. We might come up and jump and click, and we're just crossing our hands, doing lots of fun activity. Then I bring in a rhythm. And so you might listen and we drum out these beats, and then I take people into calm. So I might read a short visualization or just have them focus on an image or their breath, or to feel that calmness. And so what's happening is bringing all of these things together, and I play music that's fun and uplifting and very inspiring. And I think what happens is people shift out of left brain, so that logic brain, into right, where it's creative and open and a little more free. And you can see people just come alive. And it's like this awareness of, I don't know, this, inner child, playfulness, because there's no wrong way. It's a fun way to move and be mindful. I want to make it fun and easy. I don't want people to think, I don't know how to exercise. I can't do that, or I can't meditate. That's not for me. Oh, yes, you can. If you make it fun, we can do anything. So that is my mission, is to make it fun and playful for any age or any ability. Anybody can do this,
Brilliant.
which is the
Now,
beautiful thing.
when we did it over the weekend, we didn't have any, wooden spoons or anything
No, you're right.
there and then. We just did it with our hands
Yeah.
on the table or the chair, or on our legs, on our thighs, whatever. And you say it's easy. It looks really easy, doesn't it? But actually, it does take a bit of practice, because it is that brain connection. So absolutely, you can get the hang of it, but maybe
Yes.
it doesn't always necessarily mean that you get it immediately.
No, and I always tell people there's no wrong way. So as long as you're moving and having fun, but I call it's Drom practice. So my website is drompractice.com, but it is a practice. All of these things are a practice. Learning to breathe down into our bellies takes practice. Moving, exercise, getting into that habit takes practice. Being mindful, getting your thoughts to maybe even just slow down slightly takes practice. So even like you said, yeah, some of these rhythms that I do, we're getting you to move your hands in certain ways and tapping, takes practice. But I think anybody can start trying it and feeling that rhythm and feeling the beat and starting to move your body and feeling successful. It doesn't matter if you're doing it exactly the way I am.
No, because it was
No.
fun. Because it was fun. It
Yeah.
didn't matter. Making mistake didn't matter. It was like,
No.
so what? And obviously, with it being fun, people are more likely to want to learn it. Anyway,
Yeah.
people want to practice it. That's the thing, isn't it? That when things
Yes,
are fun, we're drawn towards them. So yeah.
we are. And the more we can make it fun, the more people, like you said, are more apt to want to do it. So, if I talk about exercise, finding something that you enjoy, because then you will do it. And if we're learning something, even putting some rhythm or something fun or movement to something we're learning helps our brain to retain that information so much better and easier too. So there's a lot going on in the brain when we do this too, but
I think
there's a
that's
lot.
so great, especially as we get older. It's just so important. I'm nearly 63. It's like, yeah, better kind of, make sure my mind is fit too. So obviously you've touched upon it, Val, but what would you say are the benefits? If you could list the benefits of the technique that you're teaching people, the practice, what are they?
There are so many. It does increase mood and energy, and there's a lot, like I was saying, going on in the brain. So helping, it really can produce new neural pathways. We can do that as we age. And so practicing something with those beats and rhythms can help do that. Exercise alone can help, with heart disease and all of these kind of the stress levels, everything that comes with that. The benefits of music and improving mood and spirit and mindfulness and meditation to help calm and bring you down into the moment. And one of the big things that's happening when I do this is people are in the moment. People, I will always ask at the end, were you thinking about your grocery list and what you had to do next and the next meeting you're going to? And no, no, like there's no time to do that because we're playing and having fun. And when we are in that, we can't be in stress and anxiety. So the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous systems, so we talk about fight or flight and rest and relaxation, we can't be in both places at once. So when you are having fun and in the moment, you can't be stressed and anxious. So I think there are just so many benefits to breathing, exercise, listening to music, being still and calm, meditating. Our whole body just, it allows the nervous system and the mind to be calm and rebalance, refocus,
Brilliant.
feel happier, feel more positive. I
Beautiful.
mean, I think there's a lot going on in the world, as we probably agree on that. And I think if we can bring a little bit more fun and joy and playfulness into our lives, we can help to decrease the
Yeah.
stress, decrease the anxiety a little bit. Mental health is a big concern these days. And, I just feel like all of these things on their own are powerful. But if we can bring them together in a way and a short enough time that people will allow themselves and give themselves permission to take a break or to have some fun and to allow themselves to just let go and play for a little bit.
Perfect. I'm looking at the tattoo on your arm. Tell us about that.
It says believe.
Oh,
It says believe. So when I was going through a tough time, I believe, like I said, I believe anything's possible. I believe, I believe it. I believe that we hold a lot of power. I believe that our mind holds us back. I believe that fear holds us back. But if we can just bust through that, and I think practicing some of these techniques helps to build confidence, helps to just makes us feel successful, and we can just tap into who we are. And if we believe that that is possible, I think we can do anything.
so was that like a reminder for you then?
It's absolutely a reminder. I have these also little wings that I've carried around with me for a long, long time. And it says believe is where the inspiration came from. And for me, it was like a token of I've got this. I can do this. Any presentation or, being on stage or anything that I was doing, it's like, yes, I can do this. I can do this. So at the end of every class that I do, we give ourselves a big hug and yell, I am awesome, because I think we need to be reminded of that. We are awesome, all of us.
Yeah, and I really like that the way it ends. It's just so uplifting. So I know that you're actually in Canada, but can people work with you globally, Val?
For sure. Now this way, online, Zoom, and however else virtual we're doing it. Oh yeah, we can. I have a membership, so we do classes, live Zoom classes almost every day. So people are joining in from all over, which is fabulous. I mean, time zones can be sometimes a bit of a thing, but yes, people can do it from anywhere. And I'm creating packages and have a certification now and lots of different things to help spread this passion of mine out to the world, reaching more lives and just getting people moving and having fun.
Brilliant.
This is how I bring it to the world, my joy to the world.
I love it. So obviously I'm going to be posting your links below this video. What do you do when you're not drumming?
I'm thinking about, what kind of products can I bring to the market? What kind of things can I help? But you know what? I love to go for walks with my little doggy. I love to be outside. I love nature and I love to listen to music. So I'll go for a walk and listen, or inspiring podcasts, YouTube talks, people who inspire me. I love that. I love listening to people's stories and how they've overcome obstacles. That to me is just makes me feel like, yes, I can do this. I can keep doing this. So yep, do that. I go out to the farm. So my parents are still on the home farm. So I like to go back. Right now it's maple syrup season. So we're going to be going this weekend and helping with that, and love to hang out with my kids, and we cook together, and I love puzzles. I have an addiction with puzzles. So I do my puzzles. It's crazy. Yeah, I don't watch a lot of TV, which is funny, but I guess I can't sit still long enough. But I love to be active. I love to rollerblade. I love to just being outside is nice. So it's nice that the weather is getting a little warmer.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So how would you like the world to remember you, Val?
Wow, that's a big question, Julie. You know what? I would love the world to say she didn't give up. I never want to be someone who looks back and thinks, oh, I wish I had up. I wonder what would have happened if. And I think my kids would say that about me too, because now when somebody says dream big or believe in yourself, they look at me and go, "Mom, that's you." So like, yeah, you know what? I dream really big. I have a dream board, a vision board, and I have lots of things on there that I'm not stopping until I get those. I mean, feel it. They're feelings as well, right? It's um,
What a
so
great legacy to be leaving your children, that kind of
they
attitude.
laugh at me now. They're teenagers. They laugh at me now, but I hear them saying it in conversation, or I hear them because I encourage them to dream big and yeah, you're gonna fall. You're probably gonna fall. You might fit. It's not failure. It's just a little bit a redirect. But don't give up.
Yeah,
Don't give up.
so powerful. Yeah. So before we go, is there anything you'd really like to say?
Just what I said. Don't give up. Keep going. It might seem difficult, but I think those are just lessons that we might need to learn at the time. And maybe just, if you're having a tough time, maybe just step back and give yourself some time and space to be still and see what thoughts pop into your head. Because those, I believe, are little nudges from the universe going, hey, this idea, what about this idea? So I think we have a lot of power in us, so keep on going. Yeah.
Absolutely. Oh my goodness. So everybody, you've heard it here. Please just go and check out Val's links. You'll be absolutely delighted. So Val Shah, thank you so much for talking to me today.
Thank you, Julie. It was great to see you.